So I have been looking around my house for like 15 minutes for this book, and I just realized that I read it as an ebook and I don't even own it. So I am going to review Obsidian today by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's the first book in the Lux series, and I first heard about this book on Reagan's channel, Prue's Project. If I remember correctly, she had enjoyed it, but I mean, she recognized it wasn't like an amazing work of literature, and so I kind of knew that before she prepared me. Christine also talked about it. I knew it had to do with aliens. I knew there were many Twilight parallels, so I felt prepared. So I felt like that helped a lot with the overall reading experience, I guess. But I really enjoyed this book. It was one of those books that you start reading and it's just very fun and enjoyable to read, and so you look forward to the next time you have a minute just to sit down and read it, I guess. And this is one of those books that I stayed up too late to read because it was fun to read. But if you don't know what it's about the main girl's name is Caddy. Actually, there's been some arguments about that because some people think her name's Katie and some people say it's Caddy. I think it's Caddy because the main guy in the book calls her Kitten a lot, like Catty, Kitten, and then he also called her Cat a few times in the book. So I think it's Caddy. I've met a couple Caddies and Katies, so I don't know. I call her Caddy. It's your reading experience. I guess you call her whatever you think is right. But anyways, so basically Caddy moves into this new town, and it's a small town. She moves in with her mom. Unfortunately, she had to move. It's like her last year in high school and all this stuff. And I mean, of course she doesn't want to move, but she has to, and her mom need a fresh start. And she ends up moving into a house next to Damon and Dee, and they are identical twins, and they're very, very attractive, and Dee and her become best friends like right away, and it's nice that she finds a friend so quickly. However, Damon and her, not so much, and he's pretty much a huge jerk, and although he's really attractive, once he opens his mouth, he's just a total jerk. So it's basically just, you know, her story, and she, you know, finds out more information about her hot alien neighbors, and yeah, it's just really enjoyable. I do recommend it, especially if you love Twilight or, you know, books like this. I don't know, it's just very fun, and I liked it. It's very quick pace. I read it in like 2 sittings, and I'm already almost finished with the second one, so I'm really liking this series. So yeah, I mean, that's all I'm gonna say, but just try it. You don't know if you're gonna like it until you try it, and so, you know, just do and then come back, because now we're gonna discuss it more in detail, and I don't want to spoil you. So I don't have a whole lot more to say, just other than I do really like that Caddy really like takes charge, and like in the cafeteria, you know, she really doesn't take Damon's crap, and I like that, and I like that she dumped the spaghetti on him and Ash. That was so great, because Damon is so moody. Oh my gosh, like he is just, you can't follow him. I understood from the beginning that obviously there was something beyond, like he wasn't just a jerk, because who would want to read about just a jerk face? I knew he was gonna actually be kinder at heart, more kind at heart and stuff, and she probably wouldn't, you know, get to see that side of him until later on. But still, his moodiness was so hard to follow, and he was such a jerk to her, you know, no one wants you here, and, you know, you're not good enough for her, and blah, blah, blah. But I really, liked her determination to, you know, screw you, I'm Dee's friend, and you can suck it, basically. But I did like Damon's character for some reason. I don't even know why. I don't normally go for this bad boy kind of thing, but I just really liked how, I don't know. I just really liked the relationship, and it's funny how they bickered so much and how he was just so overconfident and arrogant, and I just liked the whole thing. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all the Twilight parallels. If you really want to read some of the ones I talked about, I posted it on my blog, but you know, with like Dee being Alice. Edward and Damon are very different though. Damon is definitely not some 100-year-old virgin by any means. I kind of liked how Damon and Caddy didn't like instantly just like fall in love, and it was more believable that they just are liking each other and they're like attracted and like drawn to each other, but it wasn't like insta love kind of thing. I like that a lot. That's really refreshing to read. I really liked that Caddy was a blogger. I thought that was so cool that she like took out her webcam and she was showing her books off. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool, because I hardly ever read about, you know, like characters doing that. That's so awesome. So I really liked her character overall. I gotta watch myself, because this is why I don't read the next book before I do my review, because I keep almost saying stuff that is actually in the second book. So I gotta watch myself. What did you guys think of the Luxon in general? I think they sound cool. I think that the author could have made it really cheesy, and I'm so glad she didn't. It's interesting that they're always in threes, and then how did you guys say it? I've been saying Aram in my head. How do you guys pronounce it? I don't know. But it's interesting that those come in fours. I don't know, it's just nuts because like they're so fast, but then how they move things, it's just weird. Their powers and stuff are just kind of strange. But I like how, like the whole thing, how she like that trace on her. And obviously I want Damon and her to spend more time together, so secretly she'd get the trace. I'm like, yes, now more Damon Caddy time. But, you know, I'm just a hopeless romantic, I suppose. Ash is, blah, I don't like Ash at all, but whatever. I kind of assumed she was like a Rosalie character and that there's more to her story that we just don't know. And, you know, it's really strange all the twin stuff. Like, I don't know, like, it's just weird. I mean, like, it was super sad to hear about Dawson, but could you imagine if there were two of Damon's? Like, Caddy would die from seeing two of Damon's. Like, that's just overwhelming. Too much. No one could handle that. It's interesting that Caddy has her mom, but she's never even, like, in the book because she's always working, poor woman, and then her father has passed away by now. But I don't know. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a great first book. Let me know what you guys thought of it, and let me know if, you know, you've continued on, if they get better. According to Goodreads, each book has a higher rating as they go, so maybe they do get better. But I'm going to go. I hope that you all have a great weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.